I'd like to call to order the Westmont Village Board meeting of November 17th, 2022, to order at 6 o'clock p.m. and ask Clerk Simsky for a roll call, please.
Mayor Gunter?
Here.
The clerk's here. Trustee Barker?
Here.
Trustee Brady?
Here.
Trustee Guzzo?
Here.
Trustee Little?
Here.
Trustee Nero?
Here.
Trustee Simonovich?
Here.
Attorney Zemanek?
Here.
Village Manager May?
Here.
Assistant Village Manager Parker?
Here. Would everybody please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone, and the first item, of course, is our open forum. Is anybody here wants to discuss anything not on the agenda? Seeing no one, I will close open forum, move on to reports. My report is first, and unfortunately, I'm going to start with sad news. Longtime Westmont resident and a great community person involvement, Marcel Levesque, passed away this afternoon. And last Friday at Veterans Day, he's always there, and they said he had was in hospice. So I just want to give our condolences to his family. Veterans Day ceremony was at the Park District Community Center. Had a great turnout, and that may become the home for Veterans Day because it is in November. You can control the environment, and they did a great job. American Legion did a great job with the ceremony. So I want to just thank them for providing that for our community. Building Bridges Award. Amy Quantrone with Community Units School District 201 and the Village of Westmont recently won the Building Bridges Award, which stresses the importance of community agencies and organizations working together. Amy will be at our December 1st board meeting to talk more about this achievement. And another award, which is quite an honor, Executive Director Bob Fleck is here from the Park District to talk about the recent award that FMC Natatorium was given by the Illinois Association of Park Districts. Bob.
Thank you, Mayor Gunter, trustees. This is a very nice segue from the schools award into this one because it's an example of the intergovernmental cooperation that takes place here in Westmont, and it's just one example of so many other intergovernmental agreements that we have between the village and the Park District over decades of our relationship. The Illinois Association of Park Districts hosts a gala every October. It's their annual gala to celebrate what they call the best of the best. It includes volunteers of the year, businesses of the year, some real inspirational stories throughout the state, businesses that have done exceptional work in communities, whether it's been involvement or donations to construct facilities, Journalist of the Year Award throughout the state, and one of them is Intergovernmental Agreement Award. So on behalf of the village, the Park District, and FMC Natatorium, we submitted an application for our intergovernmental agreement to bring the natatorium to Westmont. The award, of course, was awarded, and we had a nice group there. Joining us were the mayor, Chamber Director Larry Forsberg, members of the Park District, and Marianne Kaufman and Karen Crone from FMC. And don't want to leave the chamber out because Larry Forsberg was very much involved and instrumental in continuing that relationship in bringing FMC to Time Warner Park. It was a great night. We were thrilled to be able to receive that award and just acknowledge what we do here in Westmont. And the Villages Award, everyone received one, is right there in front of the mayor. So thank you to the village and to the chamber and FMC for making that happen. So we're very, very proud of that award. And that is just one piece of the puzzle of why I'm here tonight. So that intergovernmental agreement included some ongoing work at Fritz Worley Park. So as part of the loss of open space, we, in the agreement, worked to acquire that one single piece of open space. It was a rental property on the south side of Fritz Worley Park, 418 North Warwick Avenue. And through a grant that we acquired with the Department of Natural Resources last year, we were able to, for 50 cents on the dollar, acquire that property to expand Fritz Worley Park. And as part of that, we are going to create a larger park on North Warwick Avenue that is also going to include the stormwater wetlands that were acquired and created by the village. So it will be a much larger, nicer complex. And to continue our efforts there and taking advantage of the grants that are available to the Park District through the Department of Natural Resources, we wrote and submitted an application in September for another grant, if awarded in the next year, would bring Westmont $448,000 towards the development of Fritz Worley Park. And we're excited about that. So that is all part, again, of the ongoing cooperation between the village and the Park District. And if you could bring up the overhead, just going to give you an idea of the master plan. Can you see that on the overhead? Great. The existing Fritz Worley Park to the north, which includes our t-ball fields, the basketball courts, the tennis courts, and the open play space, would all remain intact. Would not make any changes there. The changes would be on the south side of the existing park, the new 1 acre parcel that we just acquired, and a perimeter pathway that would loop everything together around the stormwater wetlands. We would replace the 23-year-old playground. That is our oldest playground in our park system, and something that we have been asked for the last few years, permanent pickleball courts in Westmont. Nice. It is the fastest growing trend in recreation. So 4 pickleball courts, a shelter with restrooms, and this area, we call it exercise equipment space. That would be the outdoor, Greenfield's outdoor exercise equipment. It would have stationary bikes, it would have some of the equipment you might see at a fitness club, but for outdoor use. This would not be just the pull-up bars. This is equipment you can get on, get a workout in, cardio, muscular, and they're handicapped accessible as well. So that would be part of this plan. So that is what we're looking to do. That would be all for the overhead. And that, again, is all coming out of our intergovernmental agreement.
That's great. And the parks worked real well with the village through the years, and the village, the park, I can't say we, the park has always used whatever village land they have to make it as recreational and useful as possible. So that's where you see detention basins that the park has improved so they can be used for recreation. So this is another good example of that. Does anybody have any questions? If not, I'd like all the board members get in front for a picture with Bob with the award, if you don't mind, everybody. Because this is a community really award that I think everyone should be proud of. Larry? Yeah.
Don't go back behind me.
Everybody's so happy about this picture.
It's dragging on your seats.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Ready, here we go. 1, 2. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, Bob.
Congrats, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Thank you. Again, thank you for your time and your cooperation.
It's all right. Get in the seat.
that's all I have, other than, right before this meeting, or the minute, I had the opportunity to go to Uncle Bub's for their 25th anniversary celebration. So I want to congratulate them on 25 great years in Westmont. So we'll move on to Clerk Simsky.
I just have a couple of things. Offices will be closed, Thanksgiving village offices will be closed on November 24th and 25th. There will be no recycling and garbage pickup on Thanksgiving, and pickup will be one day late for the rest of the week. And I want to thank everyone for voting. I mean, we had a great turnout in the past election, so last week's elections had an excellent, excellent turnout, and we want to thank everyone who took the time to go out and vote. Always vote.
Yeah, and I utilize the fact that DuPage County is the only county in Illinois that allows you to vote any precinct. And I took advantage of that because the precinct I vote at had a line all the way into the street. So, and Larry, real quick to go with Clerk Simsky, leaf pickup, free leaf pickup. We always say through the month of November, but it ends. You want to come, I mean, we did this before, and I know it doesn't go through
I
the,
don't have it in front of me, but it ends next week.
December 26th.
Yeah, it's the end of next week, the 26th. And so we should not say a month, instead it's that date. And then you can put out your leaves in the craft paper bags and unlimited amount, and they will be picked up by Waste Management.
thank
Thank you,
you.
Mayor. I've been reading it like 10 times, making sure I didn't screw it up.
Yeah, I
So
know.
I appreciate it.
Because I'm thinking I have one more after that, but it ends next week. So, okay, we'll move on to Trustee Little, Administration and Finance.
Thank you, Mayor. We had a Administration Finance Committee meeting tonight at 4:30. In anticipation of the village-wide budget process, Assistant Village Manager Parker reviewed the short-term budget priorities that we've had over the last several years, and they were included infrastructure, vibrant downtown, economic development, COVID-19, and safe routes to schools. Those were discussed, but the big project is going to happen on April the 13th, which will be our budget meeting. And so everybody's going to be invited to that one. We also talked about the fire testing process update. An RFP will be going out to devise methods of hiring and determining pay structures for a full-time fire department, should we need one. And then the busking initiative was addressed and given us information by Director of Communications McIntyre. And the busking is a method of bringing culture and entertainment to downtown Westmont, and also to use busking as a vehicle to bring people downtown. Moving on, holidays. Mark your calendars, everyone. The Holidays Parade, tree lighting, and pictures with Santa will take place on Saturday, December 3rd in downtown Westmont. The parade kicks off at 5 p.m. Tree lighting will be at 5:45, and this year Pictures with Santa will be next to the train station, is being sponsored by Amazon Fresh. Look for details regarding the parade and all of Holidays events on their website, holidaysfestival.com. And the last item I have is November 22nd, the musical will be playing this weekend, performed by Westmont Performing Arts at Westview Hills Middle School at 630 West 65th Street in Willowbrook. Contact Westmont Park District for information. That play will run Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. And the phone number for the Park District is 630-963-5252. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Nero, Public Works Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a few items tonight. Our next Public Works Committee meeting is December 15th, 4:30, right here at Village Hall. And I'll just reiterate, free leaf collection now through November 26th. You can put out, residents can put out a limited amount of leaves in craft bags along with your trash and recycling on your usual pickup day, so take advantage of that. And keep an eye on all the storm drains. Those are a great place for leaves to get clogged up, and you would be surprised how impactful that is in stormwater. So if you see one near your house that's clogged with some leaves on top, do the neighborhood a little favor and clean it up real quick. Doesn't take much work to make a big impact. Special recycling event, December 3rd at Public Works. This special recycling collection will include for electronics, light bulbs, textiles, books, and more. Check out the website for any more details. And then last, I just wanted to make a comment, and I just didn't have time to bring it up, but I know there's a couple complaints of board members about the Oprah Kills second incident. And I know one's too much of a shooting, but this is the second, and it's about, 3 or 4 months. I know there's no answer, and it's a bigger problem globally, but I do remember growing up, there were some communities in DuPage where there were similar issues with hotels. One of them, I think, was Bloomingdale, and the police were unfortunate to be a little bit more proactively involved. And I'm wondering, and it's sad I have to say it, but maybe the police need to maybe be a little more proactive with that ownership and start, I don't know what the answer is, but making sure that they have the right protocols in place, that we agree with their security measures, and whether folks are on staff or not, cameras in their right position and all those things. I know it was successful for for Bloomingdale. Maybe it's something we unfortunately have to do. I don't know, but I know there's some residents that are concerned about it. One's too many. And last but certainly not least, have a great Thanksgiving. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
And I think the incident that happened at Oak Brook Hills was outside in the parking lot. So it never was inside the hotel, and it's just
Yeah,
2 individuals came and
It's crazy.
had to just.
correct it that, this was the second one there, but this was just, the parking lot was a meeting place.
Yeah.
There was no
Well,
other
the last
connection
one
to the
was shot
hotel.
from the lot
Yeah.
too, so
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just sad, it really is.
No, it's scary to everybody, so,
Yep.
well, thank you.
Thank you.
Trustee Smanovich, Police Public Safety Committee.
I don't have much today, Mayor. Just the next Police Public Safety Committee meeting is on January 26th, 2023, and maybe we can talk about this issue then.
There you go. Trustee Johanna Guzzo, Fire Public Safety Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Our next Fire Public Safety Committee meeting will be December 1st, 4:30 here in Village Hall. Everyone is invited to attend. And with the holiday season fast approaching, there are some fire safety tips. A press release has been published on the village website regarding fire safety tips during the holidays. We encourage everyone to read through these tips so that everyone has a happy and safe holiday. Keeping with that, I want to remind everybody, I believe in the near future, we'll be putting the wreaths up, and we want to keep those wreaths red. When the wreath is put up at the fire stations, all the bulbs are red. If there is a fire that is caused by any holiday decorations, a red bulb will be pulled out and a white one will be put in. So I want to make sure everyone's very safe during the holidays, and just remember, let's watch those holiday decorations and let's keep the wreath red. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Trustee Brady, Community
Mr.
Development.
Mayor, regarding the Community Development Committee, new building codes are being developed. A press release and a link to the recently adopted building codes have been published on the village website, so the citizens, contractors, and builders are aware of these next new codes. The next meeting is February 9th, 2023. Regarding Planning and Zoning Commission, the December agenda for the Planning and Zoning are the following, including revisions of the previously approved site plan for the redevelopment of 6320 South Cass. Also, a proposed beauty parlor at 124 North Cass. And finally, a zoning ordinance text amendment to revise rules for the video gaming cafes in the B1 and the B2 zoning districts. Online permitting, the community development staff are working with the village permitting software vendor and the staff from the IT department to resolve challenges with contractors registering and payment procedures for online permitting. Under downtown incentives, the community development staff are meeting this week with Con Savory, the consultant hired to oversee an evaluation and refresh the village incentive program for the downtown area. A date and time for this meeting, the working group will be announced soon. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Well, thank you. And Trustee Barker, Environmental Improvement Committee and Westmont First.
Thank you, Mayor. The Environmental Improvement Committee will meet on November 7th at 5:30.
They already met.
Yeah, so it's December, first Monday in December. Let's correct that right now. We're gonna hold on the Pumpkin Smash King and Queen announcements to another date so that we can have our winners present. And then we have a holiday lights recycling in the village at the library and the South Fire Station, again, to offer holiday lights recycling. The drop-off bins will be placed on November 18th till January 31st, so please take advantage of that. Then we have a green business and residential recycling contest. You can go online and sign up for the program. It encourages everyone to share their recycling practices. There will be 4 business winners, which will receive up to $250 in free waste hauling and recycling over the next 2 months, and 4 residential winners, which will receive 2 months of free waste hauling and recycling. So they have a nice incentive there to get involved and demonstrate to us what their environmental recycling program is. And I'd like to challenge all the trustees and the board to make an effort to recycle and let us know what they're doing special or extra or currently doing to recycle here and support our community and the globe, really.
Yeah.
And then Westmont First will meet November 21st at 5:30 PM. Again, that's coming up. And we're going to have an update on the community mural program and where that stands, and this thing that was discussed earlier at the admin finance, the busking initiative, and give them an update on that. And then lastly, there was a press release that had gone out, and it was, it's on behalf of DuPage County. They have a 211 program where you can get free health and social service resources for a variety of topics, transportation, education, clothing, shelter, addiction, mental health. And the county did that in conjunction with ACDC, and I think it's something that is needed, and I'm glad to see that organized something, and now it's tangible, either by calling 211 or going online, 211dupage.gov. So that is all. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on the agenda, consent agenda. Does any board member have any items they remove? Seeing none, I'd ask Manager May to please read.
The consent agenda is short this evening, but on the consent agenda begins with, excuse me, the village board meeting minutes. Board to consider approving the minutes of the village board meeting held November 3rd, 2022. It's followed by finance ordinance number 15 in the aggregate amount of $2,742,794.80. We have 2 purchase orders. The first one is for Con Savoy for $27,664, was referenced a little earlier, was the contract. This is the purchase order accompanying the contract we already approved to develop the downtown incentive program. And the second purchase order is Cargill Incorporated, $30,336, and this represents our road salt purchase from the state of Illinois contract. We have one with DuPage County and a joint purchasing contract with DuPage County and one with the state of Illinois. Those 2 purchase orders together with finance ordinance number 15 totals $2,800,794.80. That's the entire consent agenda, Mayor.
Do you have a motion to approve as read?
Motion to approve is read. Little?
Second.
Mr. Brady, any questions on the motion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Motion passes. We'll move on to new business. A, intergovernmental agreement, Illinois Office of the Comptroller. Board to consider ordinance approving an intergovernmental agreement with the Illinois Office of the Comptroller to access to the Comptroller's local debt recovery program. And Attorney Zemanek, I'll turn to you.
Thank you. This IGA with the Comptroller's Office was actually approved in year 2001, and the police department, because there's new people involved with the police department, new contact information, they're recommending that you reapprove this IGA. I'm not sure that it's necessary, but to be safe rather than sorry, I'd rather reapprove it. we can put in the necessary contact information required by the state, so there's no glitches in proceeding with this. And this just allows the village to participate in a state program where if we are owed debts by people and those people are owed money from the state will, rather than paying those people, will take the money they owe and give it to the village to satisfy the debts.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Nero.
Second, Simonovich?
Motion been made and second. Any comments or questions?
I just
Manager May.
want to clarify, it was approved last year in 2021, right?
What did I say?
2001. So I just wanted to be clear, we just did do this last year, but the
Yes.
rest of it's the same.
Thank you.
Seeing no other questions, I'd ask for roll call, please.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Motion passes. New business B, cell antenna license agreement. Board to consider an ordinance approving a site license agreement with new singular wireless PCS LLC for cellular antenna facilities on the water tower at 205 West 63rd Street. And I've got IT Director Glenn Lillisberg.
So AT&T is looking to relocate from a adjacent tower across the street onto our water tower. Sprint just decommissioned their existing equipment on that tower because of their collapse into T-Mobile. So that was the reason for the loss for that cell site at that location. So the lease agreement is based on the same lease agreement that AT&T has at our central water tower, and the funding mechanism or the lease amount matches that of the existing central tower.
I would just point out that while they've asked us to mirror the terms from that existing agreement, which we've done, they're still reviewing it. So the ordinance authorizes Glenn and myself to make minor modifications other than to price, et cetera, without having to come back to the board, and then the mayor can sign off on it. And if anything significant comes up, we'll bring it back to you.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve, Little?
Second, Barker?
Made in second. Comments, questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Motion passes. New business C, compensation study agreement with Point Effects. Board to consider ordinance approving a contract with Point Effects Consulting Group LLC to conduct a classification and compensation study. HR Director Brainerd.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everyone. As you'll recall, funds for a comprehensive compensation and benefits study were approved in this year's budget. In August, staff released a request for qualifications for this project, and we received 4 responses. Of those responses, one vendor, Pontifex, demonstrated the experience and ability to meet all of our deliverables and for a proposed project cost that is significantly under budget. For these reasons, staff recommends approval of the agreement with Pontifex.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve Guzzo?
Second, Nero.
Motion made in second. Additional questions?
How much
Yes.
under budget was it?
So we budgeted 100,000, they came in at just under 45,000.
Very good, thank you.
In the timeline?
So they estimated about 6 months. The agreement we're going to put in 7 months, so we can start kind of providing them information, assuming that it's approved tonight, in December to kind of get ready for the study. So we're hoping that it will be completed by the end of June of 2023.
And your recommendation to do this, we've done this before, so how often do you recommend that we do this? Every 3 years, 4 years?
So typically every 5 to 10 years. Our last study was 2014, 2015. So it was about 7 or 8 years ago. So we're kind of right in that spot where we should be looking, just generally speaking, best practice. But considering the market conditions,
Right.
It's really a good time for us to kind of go out and benchmark and see where we are and make sure we remain competitive.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Couldn't agree with you more. The market's been crazy. So, any additional questions? If not, roll call, please.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Motion passes. New business D, settlement agreement. Board to consider an ordinance approving a settlement agreement in DuPage County case number 22 CH 00138. It's the Village of Westmont versus Mulhern. Attorney Zemanek, not our Mulhern.
No, not our
Clarify.
That might be forthcoming.
Yeah.
This is a lawsuit that the village filed to declare a single-family house at 329 East 56th Street as a dangerous and unsafe property. It's vacant, unoccupied, has a hole in the roof, et cetera. And seeking permission to demolish the house and clear the trees that are dead and diseased, et cetera, on there, and then to lien the property for the village's costs in doing so. A new owner recently acquired ownership through a tax deed and has agreed to do all the demo work that the village is seeking court approval for, and has agreed to do so by December 15th. So we have a settlement agreement. It's been signed off on, and we just need your approval. And we've got a court date of December 16th to see if they've in fact complied with the settlement agreement and done all the demolition work. If they don't, then the village has the right to immediately step in and do the demolition work and put a lien on the property for its costs.
And again, several months ago, we had the residents from that area here, and we didn't say a whole lot because we're in the process of working on this.
Yeah, it's been a long-standing issue and concern. Owners have been completely unresponsive to notices, and then COVID hit, and the legal process takes some time, complicated by this tax deed issue and the new owner coming in, that we were waiting to get that process sorted out, but finally we have.
It's gonna be done.
Yeah.
Good.
I thought he broke a record with his legal findings that
Yeah,
happened
boom.
like that, but you've been working on it for years.
Yeah.
You couldn't even see the house from the street. You
Yeah.
didn't know there was anything back there. It just looked like forested area. And when you really, drove around the corner and looked at it from behind, you could see there was a house there in really bad shape.
When you look at it from the residents' side,
Is
yes.
this the only property in town we have issues with?
Depends on what you
I mean,
define as issues.
Serious issues. I know we had, when we first came on the board, we had that one house that we had to tear down, right?
Willard.
Yeah, we've done a couple of houses. This is the only one that I'm aware of that is so bad where we'd be coming in for a demolition order. I know there's some other properties that are accumulating junk and debris and aren't in good shape. We don't have enough information to know if they constitute a dangerous and unsafe structure that would warrant demolition.
Yeah, thank you.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Question?
Yes.
When he demolishes the house, is he gonna remove the foundation also and restore the ground to a natural, level?
That is correct.
Okay, because some destroy the house and they just cover over the foundation also.
Exactly. I actually asked the building commissioner that exact question today to be sure, and any demolition would include removal of the foundation.
Thank you.
Put it in a safe condition.
Correct.
Yes.
Motion.
Did I get a motion? No, I need a motion.
Motion to approve, Nero.
Second Little?
Motion made and second. Additional comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Motion passes. Moving on, miscellaneous. Our next meeting's after Thanksgiving. Wish everyone, I'm sure the whole board does, wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I think our next meeting is December 1st.
Yep.
Does anybody else have anything? If not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Little?
Second. Simonovich.
Motion been made and seconded. Adjourn. Roll call, please.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
And Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Again, I want to thank everyone for attending, and this meeting is adjourned.